So Beyonce, guys, has been accused of some new shocking allegations from another former dancer of hers who has come to Instagram to suddenly announce this stuff. People are stating, even the dancer's friends is coming out and stating that she is mentally unwell, she's not doing well, she's having a kind of schizophrenic episode. But at the same time, this isn't a first dancer who's come out and said some things about Beyonce, but this has basically happened on Instagram. Articles are not discussing it, but people online are. Let's get into this. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel. And yeah, model and dancer, guys, Khadija Shari, who's worked with Beyonce on the Formation video and the 2016 Super Bowl performance, has made shocking claims online accusing Beyonce of allegedly calling for her child to be harmed. Are you effing serious? You called for my child to be R-worded, you evil effing witch. Essence, check on my child. I'm about to blow this through the effing roof. Beyonce, you went too effing far. You gotta be kidding me. I'm the child you offed to be a star. You forgot you were only supposed to be a star on the tree, giving orders of takeouts. Never went with your stardom. Watch what the F y'all do at this time. When it was happening to me, I kept my mouth shut for my career. Not with my goddaughter. I'll blow your world up. Hashtag Destiny's Child, hashtag KN95 really jigger man. So these are some, shocking allegations that are coming forth, and the dancer's friends apparently online are stating that she is unwell, she is having an episode, and that she is mentally not doing well and basically not taking her medication. So that is one half of the conversation, that this is a mental breakdown, and this is paranoia, this is imagination, where she's assumed Beyonce has done things to her and therefore has come out with these strong allegations. But this also isn't the first time that someone has said something like this that has worked with her. And if we look back, guys, at Beyonce's former drummer of 7 years, she filed a restraining order against the singer, claiming that she used magic spells of sexual molestation and extreme witchcraft to control her life, tap her finances and her phones. And she also, guys, claimed that Beyonce murdered her cat. Yeah. She claims that for some reason Beyonce started a campaign of harassment against her, which includes extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of molestation. She also claimed that Beyonce murdered her kitten. The former drummer believes Beyonce has been taping her phones and controlling her finances. It's unclear why Thompson believed the singer is allegedly doing all of this. We did research on Thompson, and according to interviews and reports, it appears that she is a drummer that performed with Beyonce as part of an all-female band. So this happened, I believe, roughly the same time, I guess, as to when this person has come out, in that same era. And this dancer claimed that she worked for Beyonce for 7 years. So that's what she was accused of before, in terms of harming somebody, harming a cat. This isn't the first time that Beyonce has been accused of this, but this is basically very sudden and has happened quite recently again. And I do wonder why, because yesterday there were so many conversations printed publicly about Rihanna and losing of the businesses, and LVMH basically want to separate and etc. And we know that Jay-Z basically hasn't had the best year, lawsuits and the Busby stuff going on, and all of this is basically happening to them, with Megan Thee Stallion also now facing about to face a trial with Milagro Cooper. They basically just have a lot on their hands, all of them. So I don't know if you guys believe this. I don't know where you guys stand on this conversation, but it definitely is very shocking that Beyonce has been accused of this from a former model and dancer who is called Khadija Shari. She clearly is not having it and wanted to come out all in caps and say that, how dare you try to harm my child. The concept of taping or tapping or phone wiring and tap the finances, tap the phones, get into the messages and etc. is something very similar that Desiree Perez was doing. When we look at that former drummer, Desiree Perez was accused, when it comes to her daughter, of the Baker's Act, illegally taking somebody and making them hostage, but also taping the phone, copying the phone's data, getting into the digital stuff and copying it, looking at it, governing it, controlling it. That also mirrors the same line as P. Diddy and what he was told to do when he was early on in the career for taping everything, which is why he had tapes and was filming stuff of these parties, but which is why there were raids on his homes prior to his trial, because they wanted to collect all of this stuff. And as we know in court documents, that it was collected over 91 gadgets, phones, videos, hard drives, all with data on it. So it seemed to be a very similar concept, a power move to control people, where you would want to take information from somebody, monitor them and govern them, and then use it as leverage. I don't think that these are the only people who are doing it, is what I'm saying. I think that loads of people of power are doing it. I think that it's just a very similar concept. And, you know, I just find it interesting that when this drummer accused Beyonce of this ages ago, she also saying the same thing, that Beyonce was tapping the phone, making sure who she was messaging, governing it and controlling it. So why... if you guys can see this parallel from what I'm discussing, I just find that to be a very interesting character trait, and that's what I look at, and that's what I analyze when we like to compare stuff. Is what are the traits that are similar between these people? What are they doing that is similar? Because I just find that that in itself speaks volumes, whether we believe this drummer from 7 years ago, or whenever this, or probably more than that, or whether we believe this dancer from when she was discussing things from in 2016. What are the traits that are similar? So Beyonce was apparently calling for her child to be harmed. I don't know what you guys want to think of this. I just feel like every other week now, Rock Nation are just facing something. Jay-Z, of course, lost that casino, which was big news for him as well because of the money stuff that he needed. Prior to that, Beyonce was coming out with different products. Prior to that, she was also on tour, coming out with another album. There's always something going on with them. Always some kind of, litigation, the Ryan Mira stuff that is still ongoing with Lily Coley and, filing a restraining order or wanting to against Jay-Z. I just don't understand it. This video was not meant to come out today. I've put out all my videos, but I'm now currently overworking because things are very intense. Early on in this month, October, it was intense with the P. Diddy sentencing and going to that, and also the hearing before that. But I had thought that after all of that was done, that the latter end of this month was going to be more quiet, more relaxing. I can chill, but that isn't really happening because whilst all of this is going on, Prince Andrew over here is being exposed brutally again. His wife is being exposed. Emails are being leaked on them that are brand new. They've had to hide out and etc. All of that is happening, let alone all of this. And then you've got the whole Diddy pardoning, embarrassment, and then Diddy and somebody has a knife through his throat, kind of random story. So it just seems that too much is happening in this month of October alone. So I am powering ahead with these videos, so I would really appreciate it, guys, if you click that button and subscribe to the channel. Join Murad Nation, become a Murado, follow me on my Instagram at Murad_Murali. Send a tip if you guys wish to. Whew. Another dancer, guys, has come out. Do you guys believe it, or do you guys think that she's having a mental episode? She hasn't worked for Beyonce for that long. There hasn't been multiple instances. There were only 2 or 3, which were quite big in my opinion, but these are some shocking claims she's made against Beyonce. I believe, similar to the story with the drummer, Beyonce is going to remain quiet. She's not going to say anything, because anything that this woman says is going to add fire to this conversation, and she wants this conversation gone, dusted and buried ASAP. So I don't think she's going to respond to this, but this is basically what she said. Articles online are not publishing it, but the blogs have caught onto this conversation. I don't think that the articles don't want to talk about it. I just don't think that maybe they're not aware of it as much as they should be. But yeah, another dancer, another person who's worked with her has come to say something. Subscribe, guys, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.